Hi, yogis. This is a strength and core focused Hatha yoga class. Now we're going to start lying on our backs. Once you're lying down on your back, bring your feet together and flex your ankle. On an exhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Squeeze that knee in close, either holding the shin or the knee or even the back of the thigh. Stretch long through your left leg, pressing your heel away from your hip and pulling your left toes up towards your left knee. Make sure your left knee is pointing up straight away from the mat, not rolling out towards the floor on the left. Sink your shoulders down, broaden in the chest, and each time you breathe out, hug your thigh in closer to the right ribs. And now change sides, stretching right leg straight next to your left leg and bringing the left leg up, hugging in close. Again, you can hold the back of the thigh or the knee or the shin or even on the ankle. But press those shoulders down and stretch through that right leg as if you're trying to make the leg longer by pressing the heel away from you. Pull the right toes up towards your body and keep the right knee pointing straight up. Sinking the elbows, sinking the arm bones. Stretch your left leg out on the ground next to your right leg. And now bending your knees up. Keep your feet together. Slide your lower back forwards towards your heels. So the lower back is flat on the ground. You feel your pelvis tilt back towards your body. Now you're going to keep that. Do not let the lower back lift off the mat. Lift your knees. Bring your knees in towards your chest and press the shoulders down with the palms on the ground. Make sure your lower back is on the ground. If you've got an arch in the lower spine that's really deep, you've got to work harder to press that lower spine flat into the mat. Okay, now we're going to work with the breath. On an in-breath, stretch your legs forwards at a diagonal angle. Keep feet together. On an out-breath, bring your knees to your chest. Move nice and slow and don't let those knees part. In-breath to extend. Exhale to hug in. Make sure that you press your lower back firmly into the floor as the legs extend. Exhale to squeeze in. Inhale to stretch, shoulders down. Exhale, knees to chest. Keep going in your own time. And you really want to watch these shoulders, guys. Keep them flat on the floor. Keep them pressing down away from the chest. Try not to take your legs up too high or too low. So 45-degree angle to the floor. In breath to extend. Exhale to bring in. Back flat on the ground as you stretch the legs out. Don't let the knees and the feet part. Keep them pressing in towards each other. One more time. Extend. And when you bring your knees to chest, you can hold your knees or your shins, hug them in tight. From here, dropping your feet to the floor again, feet a little bit apart. Bring your right ankle to the left knee, and then lift your left foot off the ground. Either stretch your legs straight up or keep the knee bent. That's your choice. But make sure that this right ankle is nice and flexed. Don't flop your foot. Holding onto that left leg with your hands if you can. If you can't, you can have a belt or a strap around the thigh and hold onto the strap. Press the shoulders back and down towards the floor. Keep the right knee moving forwards. And make sure you're not leaning more to the right or to the left. It's usually to the right with the left foot as it is. Center in the mid-spine. Keep sinking the shoulders down. Now, keep your right leg where it is. Do not take your right foot to the ground yet. Drop the left foot down to the floor first, then take the right foot down. Change over, left ankle to right thigh. Flex your left ankle. Lift the right foot off the ground. Hold the right thigh or shin. Your knee can be bent or you can lift the leg up straight. Feel the shoulders become heavy and feel the arm bones sink. Don't let the left foot sleep. Keep the foot active, pulling your left toes back towards your knee. Now keep the left foot where it is. Bend the right knee if it's straight. Take your right foot to the ground and then drop the left foot down to the floor. From here, we're going to lift the legs up to 90 degrees. Maybe you can stretch your legs straight, maybe you can't, doesn't matter. Arms are down, palms on the ground, shoulders flat on the floor. Like the last time, you keep your lower back flat on the floor. We're going to lift and lower each leg alternately. So one leg is always up. As you breathe out, taking the leg down. As you breathe in, lifting up, and then taking the opposite leg down and up. And maybe you want to do opposite breath. In breath to lower, exhale to lift. That's fine. Keep squeezing shoulders down and do not let your lower back come off the ground. Don't touch the floor with your foot, just hovering slightly above the ground. Keep your knees pointing in the direction of your face. Don't twist them out to the side. Squeezing the inner thighs, squeezing the inner calves. Still pressing the lower back down. Don't arch the spine. Moving with control. Don't go too quickly. Press the shoulders and arms down again. Next time your legs point up, hug your knees into your chest again. And now from here, we're going to rock up. When you come up, placing feet on the floor together, knees together, with the knees bent, and we're going to lean back onto forearms with elbows under shoulders. I want you to take those shoulders all the way back, and now try to flatten your lower back onto the floor. So you're going to tilt your pelvis back. Try and get the lower back on the ground. It might not touch, that's okay. And from here, we're going to lift legs up to 45-degree angle again. From here, we're going to bend one knee and lower the other leg. Don't touch the ground. Lifting up, both legs straight. Other knee bends, other leg lowers. Okay, keep going. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift, or inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Keep trying to press your lower back to the ground. Don't go too fast. Don't lift the legs too high. Keep tucking your belly button back towards your ribs. Keep breathing. And then check in with that neck. Don't let the neck tense. Squeeze those pelvic floor muscles tight. One more to each side. And then dropping feet to the ground and lifting all the way up. Stretch your legs out in front of you. And we're going to take a twist, bending the right knee up. Step right foot over the left thigh. Flex the left ankle. And with each in-breath, lift up taller through the top of your head. Turning forwards, take the right leg straight, bend the left knee up and step left foot over right thigh. Circle around to the other side. Press the right heel forward and pull your toes back towards your body. And twisting yourself, stretch your left leg out again. And now we're going to bend those knees again, feet together, and we're going to come into a boat pose. Now, guys, I want you to keep your knees bent, and if you need to, you hook your fingers into the back of the knee. It's really important when you do a boat pose that you keep this lower back part of your body flat. Don't lean back into the spine like that. Press the chest forwards when you lift the feet, okay? That's really, really important. It's been shown in studies that particularly with women, because we don't have as stronger muscles in our pelvis as men do, that we can really injure our lower backs by rounding and sinking into the lower spine. So make sure that you're lifting out of that lower back. So you hold into the backs of your knees if you need to, right? So we don't want to round the spine, back nice and flat, chest up high. Holding the knees will help you to get that. If you're feeling super strong and you're able to keep the back flat, you can take your arms parallel. And now what we're going to do is we keep the knees and the feet, the knees together and the shins parallel to the floor. And now we're going to lift and lower one calf. So you lift and then bring your foot down. And you lift and you bring your foot down. Knees stay touching. Back stays flat. If you need to, you bring your fingers just lightly to the backs of the knees, That's not really going to make it easier. It just helps you to keep the alignment. So moving with the breath always. Stretch through the sides of the neck. Keep the elbows lifting. Moving with control. Don't hold the breath. One more to each side. And then feet to the ground. Coming into crossed ankles. Lift your heart and take a twist around to the right. Lengthen up from the hip to the ribs. And then lift your ribs up higher. Untwisting yourself. Change the cross of the ankles the other way around. And on an exhale, twist to the opposite side. Again, lifting up with the ribs, growing yourself up taller each time you breathe in. Circling yourself forwards again. Now opening your legs out into a V. Bring your left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Keep the right toes pointing up and tip forwards onto your hands. Coming up, open the left leg, flex the ankle and bring right foot in. As you go onto hands, press the hips back and down into the floor. And lifting up. So open the right leg, bring the legs in, and come onto hands and knees. Moving into your cats and cows. Parallel your shins behind your knees. Point the toes straight to the back of the mat as you roll. Full extension of the spine. And then into your full flexion, moving with breath. We're coming back into flat spine. From here, arms forward, puppy pose, baby down dog. Walking back up onto palms. And now get those arms straight underneath your shoulders. Spread the fingers on the mat. Don't spread them too wide, but make sure that you've got even spaces between fingers and also between the thumb and the first finger. And now with control, guys, with control, going nice and slow. You're to keep your left knee bent and lift your leg up behind you. Hold it there for a moment. And now keeping elbows straight, bring your left knee around towards the left and hold it there, foot at knee height. Lowering your knee down towards the mat. Don't touch the mat. You can touch your other thigh. And then slowly lift back up again and hold. Taking your leg back behind you, point the toes up, keep the knee bent. That's one. Okay, now we're going to rotate the knee out to the side. Right elbow straight. Hold the knee there, hold the calf parallel to the floor. And then slowly lowering left leg to right leg without touching the floor. Lift back up again and hold. Taking your knee back behind you, point the toes up. The whole time you do this, elbows are straight. Bringing knee out to the left again. Lean your weight into your left hand. Don't take it all to the right. And then lower. Slowly squeeze your tummy up. Keep breathing. Lifting the knee again and holding it there. Taking your knee back, point your toes up. Hold it. Externally rotate the left knee. Keep the thigh high as you bring your knee out towards the left. Right elbow straight. Lowering your left leg to your right leg. And then lifting back up again and hold. Taking the left knee back, point the calf and toes up. We'll do one more. Taking your left knee out to the side, right elbow is straight, lean into the left arm. Don't drop your foot. Slowly lowering left leg to right leg. And then lifting back up again and hold it there. Don't drop the foot, keep the foot high, keep the knee high. Take the left knee back, point your toes up, hold it. And then bring left knee down to the ground. And then sitting back for a moment and just rolling the wrists. Okay, we'll take that to the other side. So check that your arms are under shoulders. Align your hands like down dog hands. Even spaces between the fingers to protect those wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Now we're going to lift the right leg up behind you. Point your toes straight up. Hold it there for a moment. And now externally rotate the knee out to the right and bring your knee around to the side. Left arm is straight. Slowly lower, left thigh to right thigh. Don't touch the mat. Lifting back up. Hold it there. Don't drop the foot. Keep the foot lifted. If you can, we want foot on knee height. Taking the right knee back, turn your toes up. Stay there. Chest nice and square to the floor. Now turn your knee out. Bring your knee forwards towards the right arm. Hold it there. Keep breathing. Slowly lowering right leg to left leg. Don't touch the mat. And lift back up again and hold. Take the right knee back, point your toes up, knee down, but keep the leg up. Externally rotate the knee. Bring your knee forwards towards your right arm and hold. Slowly lowering right thigh to left thigh. And then lifting back up and holding it there. Check your arms. Left arm is straight. Shoulders are still over the wrists. Taking your right knee back, point the toes up. Still got 2 more to do. Turn the right knee out. Bring the right knee towards your right arm. Hold and breathe. Slowly lowering and then lifting back up again. Stay there for a moment. Taking the right knee back. Point the toes up. Arms are straight. Keep the arms straight as you externally rotate. Bring the knee forwards. Keep the foot high. Lowering your knee down. And then lifting back up again. And hold. Taking that right knee back. Turn the toes up. Lowering your right knee down to the ground. Taking knees to edges of the mat. Press your hips to your heels, arms forward, sink the forehead, sink your elbows. And now making your way up, we're going to go into downwards facing dog. Taking your feet forwards to your hands, sink down over thighs. We move into a couple of sun salutations. With an inhale, come all the way up. On your exhale, bringing hands to chest. As you breathe in, reach back up again. On the out breath, forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Keep breathing, taking yourself back to downwards facing dog. On an inhale, come to plank. Exhale, down. On your in-breath, curl up, either into cobra or into upwards facing dog. Making your way back to down dog. Look forwards, take feet to hands. On an exhale, sink down over thighs. On your in-breath, float yourself up to standing. Exhaling, hands to your chest. On an in-breath, reach back up again. On your out-breath, fall down. Inhale to lift part way. And on an out-breath, take it back downwards dog. On an in-breath, coming forwards and lowering yourself down in your own time. Inhale to lift your chest. On your exhale, push back to down dog. Let's take feet forwards to hands into your forward fold. On an in-breath, coming all the way up. Exhaling, hands to chest. And now we're going to bring one knee into your chest. Let's balance on right foot and bring the left knee up. We're going to be moving between this and warrior three. But when you go into your warrior three, we're going to keep the knees bent. Okay, so squeeze that right big toe into the ground. Start to bend your right knee And as you go forwards, take your arms back behind you. Keep the knees bent. And then come back up, knee to chest. And again, tipping forwards, right knee bends, arms reach back, both legs stay bent. And coming back up, knee to chest. Once more, tipping forwards, right knee bends, arms reach back, left knee stays bent. Coming up to standing. Taking left foot down to the ground. We take that to the other side. Balancing on the left foot, right knee comes up. Squeeze your left big toe down and make sure your toes point straight forward. We start to bend the standing knee. Left knee bends, tip yourself forward, arms reach back, keep the right knee bent. You can flex the ankle. Coming back up, knee to chest. And then bend your left knee again, start to tip forwards. Arms go back, nice and controlled, all the way back up to center again. And once more, bend the left knee, tip forwards, take the right leg back, keep both knees bent as the arms reach back. Coming up to standing, knee to chest. Right foot down to the ground. Stepping sideways on your mat. We're going to go into a warrior two, turning left toes to the back of your mat. Bend into your left knee, get your knee over your heel, and reach your arms parallel to the floor. And now we're going to pulse. We haven't done this for a while. We're going to pulse between warrior two and triangle. On an in-breath, leg straightens. On an out-breath, fold over to your triangle. On the inhale, coming up. Out-breath, you bend into warrior two legs. In your own time, keep going. Now, next time you go into your warrior two, we're going to hold it there. Press the left knee all the way wide. Right inner thigh pushes back to help get those leg muscles strong and engaged. Now lean towards your back. Lean towards the outsides of the arms or the baby finger side of the arm. And coming all the way up to center. Drop your hands. Turn your left toes to the long side of the mat. Look and make sure that the feet are aligned. And change. Turn the right toes to the other short end of your mat. So we're going into warrior two first. Get the right knee over your right heel. Arms reach wide. On an in-breath, straighten. On an out-breath, fold into your triangle. Inhale and lift. Exhale, warrior two. Keep the shoulders moving back away from your chest and keep going in your own time with your own breath. And now next time you come to your warrior two, we'll stay there. So as that right thigh goes forward, the left thigh, the inner thigh pushes back to the other side of the mat. Right knee nice and wide. Let this left hip move forward. That's fine. Don't try and square the pelvis. Pelvis is twisted a bit towards the right. Arms parallel to the floor. And then coming all the way up. Turn the feet parallel. We're taking a forward fold. Reach out for calves or ankles with your hands and hang your head down. Shift your weight to the fronts of your feet and your toes. Pull the inner ankles and arches of the feet all the way up. And now coming all the way up to standing. Bring your feet in together. Now we're going to come into eagle legs. Balancing on the right leg, bend your knees, cross your left thigh over your right thigh, and bring your hands to your chest. Now you're going to work really hard to concentrate and keep your balance and keep your right big toe on the ground. We're folding forwards. On an out breath, take your chest towards your left leg, spread the arms wide. On an inhale, coming up, hands to your chest, keep the knees bent. Folding forwards, arms stretch wide. And then lifting, don't stretch the right leg straight, keep it bent. Keep your eagle legs. Folding forwards, arms wide, and lifting. Doing two more. When you lift next, take left foot to the ground, come to straight legs, kick it out. And now we're going to balance on the left foot. Make sure your toes point straight forward. Cross the right thigh over the left. Knees are bent, but particularly the standing leg. Starting with hands at chest. So we're folding forward 5 times, moving with a breath. Exhale forward, spread the arms wide. Inhale to lift, left knee stays bent, hands to chest. Exhale forward, reach the arms. Inhale to come up, keep that left knee bent, don't straighten the legs. Squeeze the tummy tight. Doing 2 more. Hug the legs in towards each other. Don't stretch the legs straight. Carefully stepping right foot down, coming up, and once more shaking it out. Now back up to the top of your mat. On an in-breath, reach up. On your exhale, forward fold. You lengthen through the chest. Take your right leg back and drop your knee down to the ground, coming to your low lunge. Lift the chest. Reach your arms back. Find your hands behind you. And now we're going to go into Pasvattanasana. Hands down. Back knee lifts. Turn the right heel in and down. Check your heels are in line with the hips, not right heel behind your left heel. Stretch the knees straight. Fold down over the left thigh. You're twisting the inner thighs back towards the back of your mat. Don't roll them forwards. And now we're going to step up with the right foot and change for the low lunge on the other side. Left leg back, dropping knee to the floor. Right knee is over your right heel. Lift the chest and take your arms back behind you. Moving into Parsvatanasana. Hands down, back knee lifts up, turn the left heel in and down, and stretch your right leg straight. Bow down over the right thigh and lengthen out if you can with the knees and the arms. Twisting the inner thighs on both legs towards the back of your mat. And then stepping back into down dog from here. We'll step the feet in to touch each other and give it an extra squeeze down into your heels. Dropping knees to the floor. We're going to come down to sitting. Legs out in front of you. Knees together and bent. Feet together. We're coming into our boat pose. So again, you don't want to round it back. And I know my back looks quite flat right now, but we want to lift up even more out of the lower back. Try and keep this kind of action when you're in your boat pose, right? So hook fingers into the back of the knees, lift your chest, and then lift your shins parallel to the floor. Please, guys, don't do this with straight legs. As I said earlier, straight legs, you're going to put a lot of strain in your lower back. So either keep holding the knees, and you're not holding on tight, you're just gently resting the fingers in the back of the leg, in the crease of the knee. Gives a little bit of a mental support more than anything. Or if you want to, you can reach your arms parallel to the floor. Don't slump into that lower spine. Lift up out of the lower back again. And then feet to the ground. Hands back behind you. Take your shoulders back towards your spine and lift your sternum. Don't slump down into the lower back again. Shoulders back, chest forward. Fingers are pointing towards the back of the mat behind you. Now, bring the knees together, feet together. You're going to keep those knees together. Lift your left calf and hold it there. Don't round into the lower back. Don't drop your left knee lower than your right knee. Slowly take left foot down next to your right foot. Keep the knees together and lift the right leg. Hold it there. Shoulders move back. Lowering right foot next to left foot. Keep the knees together. Lift the left leg. Keep lifting your chest high. Slowly taking left foot down. And the other side. Lift the right leg. Keep the knees touching and in line with each other. Shoulders back. Sternum up high. Taking right foot down. We're going back into our boat pose. Fingers hooked to backs of knees. Lift up out of the lower back. And then lift your feet. Keep the knees bent. Usually when people stretch the legs straight, they tend to lift the legs too high anyway. If you can, you reach your arms forward. You can turn the palms up to get the external rotation in the shoulders and the upper arms to help you lift your chest. Taking feet to the floor, knees stay together, hands back behind you, point your fingers back. Keep the knees touching, lift the left calf and foot. Don't let the shoulders hunch forwards. Knees stay on the same level. Dropping that left foot down and lift the right leg. Hold it there. Thighs on the same level as each other as well. Taking the right foot down. Change. Take the left leg up. Lift the chest again. Take the left foot to the ground next to the right foot. Then lift the right leg. Take right foot down. Knees are still together. One more time to each side. Lift your heart a little bit higher. Stay out of the sacrum. Keep lifting out of your lumbar spine. And keep breathing. Taking the left foot down. Last one to the other side. Knees and thighs still in line with each other. Lift your heart. Squeeze the shoulders back. And then foot down. Bringing your hands forward. Stretch your legs out in front of you. We're going into Janu Shirshasana. Left foot to inside of the right thigh. Reach forwards and fold. Soften into chest. Soften into upper back. And relax your shoulders. Don't look back at your chest or your pelvis. Look forwards towards your right foot, or if you're all the way down, you look straight down at the ground under your nose. Don't tuck your chin into your throat. And coming up, take the left leg straight. Bring right foot to inside of left thigh. Flex the left ankle as you fold to the other side. Lengthen the heart forwards. Again, you're not looking back towards your body. Look towards your shin or towards your ankle or toes. And lifting all the way up, stretching your right leg out in front of you. And now we're going to take feet or heels to the edges of your mat. Reach forward for shins or for the edges of the feet or your heels. Just like your previous pose, lengthen the chest forward to help your back flatten out. And don't look back at your chest, either looking straight down to the ground, under your face, or if you're a little bit higher, you're going to look forwards towards that midpoint between the two heels. And then coming up, we bring the legs in, make your way down onto your back. Before we go into Shavasana, we're going to do a twist. Once you're down on your back, bend your knees, feet and knees touch. Cross your left thigh over your right thigh. If you want to, you tuck your toes. And now we just take the twist. So left leg is on top. It means knees go to the right. Point your nose straight up or gently turning your face to the left if that's comfortable on your neck and your shoulders. So it's fine if your knees are in the air. Keep the shoulders down. Feel the whole body sink and become heavy. Now carefully rolling legs up to center. Step the feet to touch each other. Cross the right thigh over the left. So when right leg is on top, knees go to the left. Flatten your upper back and your shoulders and arms into the ground. If you're turning your head, you turn it to the right. Twisting back up to center. Undo the legs. Hug your knees to your chest. If you want to take happy baby, go ahead. And when you're ready, stretching the legs out, closing eyes, coming to your Shavasana. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, the expansion of the ribs sideways as you breathe in, the drawing in of the ribs and sinking down as you breathe out. Feel your shoulders become really heavy. Each out breath dropping deeper and deeper into shoulders, upper back, middle back, and lower back. Breathing the whole body heavy. Relax the hands and fingers. Relax the hands and fingers. Relax the feet and the toes. And now start to feel the fingers and toes. Gently move them around. Start to wake up the ends of your body. Circle your wrists and your ankles, or pedal the feet. And gently roll your head from left to right. Taking a nice long full breath. Stretch your arms out over your head. Reach into your toes. Bringing knees to chest or bending the knees and rolling them from side to side. Either rolling onto one side or gently making your way up, rocking forwards to sitting. May our minds be open to the divine light that guides us. May our hearts be open to the divine love that surrounds us. May the angels keep us and bless us and bring us joy. Namaste.